By transcription, the bakers of Weber's Bread present your all-star Western Theater.
Drifting along, singing a song under a western moon.
From Hollywood comes your all-star Western Theater, starring America's great Western singers, Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage, bringing you the music, the stories, and the spirit of the great open spaces. Now to raise the curtain, the Riders of the Purple Sage and Singing a Song of the Sage.
Listen to a song of the wind. Listen to a song of the rain. Listen to a song of the sagebrush calling to me again. Me and my pony are free, singing a song of the same. We never care where we be. We never work for a wage. We live a life of leisure here on the desert drive. We never search for a treasure we want nothing gold can buy. We lose the cares of our age, singing a song of the sage, singing a song of the sage.
Boy, it's come to my notice that this new song, Arizona in the Morning, is another that you and Sid Robin have written.
You're right, Bob. A Westerner just has to express his love for the West in one way or another. Sid and I try to do it with music, hoping we'll sell the West to somebody new and bring the spirit of the West to somebody who's away and longing for it. Arizona in the Morning is our feelings about a really great state.
Arizona in the morning, that's where heaven comes a-dawning. Up in the sky, hear the west wind softly blowing, listen to the rooster crowing high. Come, my honey, where it's sunny lies such a song. See the desert painted gold, that's the place where we belong. And Mother Nature comes a-borning, Arizona in the morning, that's my home. My honey, where it's sunny lies such a song. See the desert painted gold, that's the place where we belong. And Mother Nature comes a-borning, Arizona in the morning, that's my home.
You know, there's something about the West that appeals to most everyone. Maybe it's the thought of adventure. Maybe it's the carefree Western spirit. Maybe it's just the feeling of space. Anyhow, it is mighty appealing. And that's the way it is with Weber's Bread. Folks like it for lots of reasons. That tender, rich flavor, for instance. The way it stays fresh longer. Its appetizing, evenly baked crust. But most folks don't try to figure it out. They just know Weber's bread tastes mighty fine, and that's what they want. Bread is important right now, you know, so it's a good idea to buy the bread your family likes and sure to finish to the very last slice. Next time you buy bread, reach for Weber's, the good, fresh bread in the blue and white gingham wrapper.
The Riders of the Purple Sage again, and a song that has become identified with them. Holiday for the Blues.
You gotta start in a singing and you gotta shout. You gotta keep on a swinging, kick the blues right out. Don't you let it get you, you got too much to lose. It's a holiday for the blues. You gotta start in a shouting till you're feeling fine. You gotta keep on a touting, gotta rise and shine. Keep the rafters ringing till you saddle for fuse. It's a holiday for the blues. The sun is out a-shining, the sky is bright and clear. It's no time to be pining, no time for having fear. Go calling on your neighbor, go out and spread the news. 'Cause it's a holiday for the blues. You gotta start in a singing and you gotta shout. You gotta keep on a swinging, kick the blues right out. Don't you let it get you, you got too much to lose. It's a holiday for the blues. You gotta start in a shouting till you're feeling fine. You gotta keep on a touting, gotta rise and shine. Keep the rafters ringing till you saddle for fuse. It's a holiday for the blues. Was riding on my pinto, not a cent in my jeans. It felt like it was weeks since I'd had pork and beans. I said, let's jump in the river. My horse said I refuse. 'Cause it's a holiday for the blues. I went out to the racetrack, the horse gave me a smile, leaned over and he whispered, I'll win this by a mile. I didn't feel unhappy, though I lost my shirt and shoes. 'Cause it's a holiday for the blues. You gotta start in a singing and you gotta shout. You gotta keep on a swinging, kick the blues right out. Don't you let it get you, you got too much to lose. It's a holiday for the blues. You gotta start in a shouting till you're feeling fine. You gotta keep on a touting, gotta rise and shine. Keep the rafters ringing till you saddle for fuse. It's a holiday for the blues.
Well, it's time now for Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage to tell us another of their adventures in the West. This week they've called their story The Rabbit. Choctaw Cave, which as you well know lies in Moss Valley, has twice been a place where history was made. The first was when Indians were forced into the cave and kept there until they surrendered. The second was when Trigger Bill Weaver used it as a hideout and was captured. In both cases, those who used the caves met disaster. Thus has come a superstition that it brings bad luck. But now in the warm sun of autumn, there seems little chance that the cave or the valley will ever again be a place of more than contentment. At least so thought the Riders of the Purple Sage as they rode lazily across the valley. No troubles of their own weighed them down, and the troubles of others seemed slight, hardly worth talking about.
Sure could have eaten half a dozen eggs for breakfast. Yeah, me too. I'd give a lot to know why everybody turned us down when we tried to buy some.
I'm kind of inclined to believe folks were telling the truth, and that somebody has been robbing the nest.
Robbing nests and not bothering to take along the chickens? That don't sound sensible.
Maybe a weasel's doing it. The kind of a weasel who knows about the high price of eggs these days, I reckon.
Hey, Willen. Boy, Willen.
Listen.
Wait there, Willen. I want to see you.
Hey, that's Sheriff Rice and a posse, ain't it?
Howdy, Sheriff.
Howdy.
Must be tracking down an egg thief, huh?
Yeah, I'm mighty glad we run into you, fellas.
Yeah, howdy. You find out anything about the egg thief, Sheriff?
Egg thief? What egg thief?
For a week now, hen nests around
They're
here.
looking for a man who's escaped from the state insane asylum.
A loco?
Got away 10 days ago. There's every reason to believe he's headed this way.
Maybe he's stealing the egg.
Man about 55, medium height, slightly bow-legged.
We haven't seen any strangers at all, Sheriff. Just came through the pass last night.
Well, he's dangerous. We've got to find him before an accident happens.
Well, if it'll help, we'll be glad to join you in the hunt.
Yeah, sure will.
Well, that's what I wanted to hear. Come on, boys. We'll go over this territory with a fine tooth comb. We'll either get this hombre or we'll make sure he's not in our county.
Sheriff Rice.
Hold it, men.
This way. Over to Chowtow Cave.
All right, boy. Let's go, men. Here, what'd you find, boy? You haven't got him, have you?
Well, there's footprints leading into the cave and none leading out. Figure we hadn't better pass up anything.
Only a stranger would use the cave. Nobody around here. It's bad luck.
Suppose I take Al and Johnny, Sheriff. We'll go in.
All right, don't take any chances, though. He's dangerous. Let him get past, then signal to us. We'll nab him out here.
Right.
You men surround the entrance. Have your guns ready, but don't use them unless I give the word.
Al, Johnny, let's go.
This is the first time I ever had anything to do with a loco. Personally, I hope we don't find him.
Now, no chances, boys. Let us get him out here.
We'll be all right, Sheriff. Al, you go in at the opposite wall. Johnny, we'll go in on this one.
I sure hope he ain't got a shooting iron.
Can't tell about such things. We'll just take it easy.
See anything?
Not yet. Keep moving in.
Hey, something up ahead.
Hold it, Johnny.
Hey, stay where you are. I'll go on.
Gun ready, Johnny?
Yeah.
We'll try every other way before shooting. But be ready.
Hey, boy, Johnny, come here quick.
You got him?
No, but look, eggs. Here's the eggs that's been stolen.
Who cares about eggs?
Hundreds of them, hundreds of eggs.
But what's happened to them?
I'll tell you what's happened. They've been dyed. Them eggs all been colored. Look, red eggs, green eggs, purple, blue.
Hey, shoot.
Hey, Willen, we got him. Come on.
Let's go, boys.
Sheriff's got the loco.
Get your horses. We saw the loco run across that tight ground. Look, they got out by another entrance. Come on.
I tell you, he is in this cabin, Sheriff. We saw him come in.
Yeah, but we've examined every square inch of space here.
Well, he couldn't have gotten out. Your men surrounded the cabin, and they're still surrounding
Well,
it.
he's not here, though.
You fellas continue the search. But Al and Johnny and I are going to stay right here.
All right. Now, hope you find him. Anything is better than having a desperate lunatic at large.
We'll call your office if we have any luck.
Now, how come we're staying for it?
We saw a man come into the cabin, and we know he didn't go out.
Then he must still be here.
Al?
Huh?
Al, my boy. Is that you?
Well, where are you? I don't see you.
Just a minute.
Watch it, Al. Johnny.
Must be the loco. Well, how come a loco would know me?
Look at there. A board in the floor is raising up.
A man. A man's coming out from beneath the floor.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Them onion-eyed mavericks gone?
Well, yeah, they're gone.
Almost happy. But I burrowed deep under the floor and hid. Nothing like a good bird to hide out in.
Easy, Al. Take it easy.
You know who I am, don't you, Al? Well, I'll be a mossy haunted varmint with a twisted tail, you do. I'm Uncle Edgar.
Uncle Edgar?
Papa's brother. Remember?
Well, I have an Uncle Edgar, but I ain't seen him in years.
Why, I come all this way to find you, Al. Been here 10 days, more or less, trying to get in touch. Headed for your diggings as soon as I escaped from the booby hatch.
From the... Oh, he's it, all right.
What you looking like that for? You don't think I'm local, do you?
Well, to tell the truth, I don't even know if you are Uncle Edgar. I had an uncle by that name, but I lost track of him years ago.
Look at me, Al.
Easy, Al. I got my rope ready.
See anything familiar?
All I see is you wiggling your ears like a mule does.
Rabbit. Like a rabbit does. Don't the air wiggling bring back no memories to you?
Can't say that it does.
Oughta. I was famous for my wiggling ears. Why, when you was a little fella, you used to come over to my house and bolt your bait 3 meals out of 7. Never failed once to ask me to wiggle my ears. It was me that gave you that flea-bitten great pony when you was sick.
Well, I remember the pony, but well, doggone it, you must be my uncle. Who else could remember them things?
No, can't blame you none. It's been a long time. All the good things happened then. before I was railroaded to the booby hatch.
Railroaded?
Oh, yes. In-laws did it right after gold was discovered on my land. You was still a little tight.
Boy, what do you think?
Well, I'm willing to take a chance. Instead of turning your uncle over to the sheriff, I'd like to take him back to camp with us. Mister, if you're willing to spend a day or two as a sort of half prisoner...
I'll do anything, just anything for a chance.
All right. We haven't made up our minds about you, but when we do, you've got to promise that you'll abide by our decision. Whether it's to turn you over to the authorities or to fight for your freedom. That's got to be understood.
Before we bed down, I want to thank you boys for the chance you're taking.
Well, there's no hurry about bedding down, Uncle Edgar. We don't mind sitting up for a while.
I was thinking about the campfire. Sheriff might still be out.
We'll take care of you.
Yeah. Sure nice here. Wish I could have made it out in the booby hat sooner. Always had it in mind to get in touch with you, Al. Then I'd think, well, maybe Al's like all the rest of them. Nobody nowadays believes a fella can be railroaded into the booby hatch. Just can't happen, they say. But there's more than one man locked up right now who's just as sane as me. Once they get a doctor to say you ought to be put away, what chance have you got? Nobody can come near you. You can't go near anybody else. Well, a fella's just helpless.
I reckon we better take this matter to somebody high up, don't you, Ford?
To the president. We'll go right to the president. The governor of the state is the man we want to see, Johnny.
Well, let's see him then. Let's bust this thing wide open.
You go ahead and bed down if you're tired, Uncle Edgar. We'll sit up for a while and make plans for riding on into the state capitol tomorrow.
Won't do no good to go tomorrow, Foy. Tomorrow's Sunday.
Yeah, that's right, it is.
Is it Sunday? Is tomorrow Sunday?
Sure is, Uncle Edgar.
My, how time passes when you're out. Sure slow in there, though. Feel sorrier than ever for the fellows who've been railroaded. They're as sane as I am. Before I get my shut-eye, I'd like to suggest we stomp on the ground with our hind feet as signal in case anything goes wrong. This way. That'll be the signal for danger, 3 times. And to show everything's clear again, suppose we stomp our hind feet 5 times, like this. All right?
Fine, Uncle Edgar.
You agree, boys, Johnny?
Right
Sure
by
thing.
me.
Well, tomorrow's Sunday. You better get some shut-eye. Night.
Oh, poor fella. He sure had it tough.
Hal, Johnny, I'm not going to wait even until tomorrow to do something for him. I'm going to start out right now.
Oh, I'm for that.
You two stay here and watch out for him. I'm riding hard, and I'll bring help of one kind or another by morning.
Boy's taking this so hard, you think Uncle Edgar was his uncle. Now, Foy's an awful nice guy. Tender-hearted.
Sure is. Hey, what's Uncle Edgar doing now?
Digging a hole, looks like. Hey, Uncle Edgar, what are you doing?
Burrowing.
Burrowing?
So I'll have a nice cozy place to sleep.
You mean you sleep in a hole?
Why, sure. Nice and warm. Besides, nobody can find you if you do that. Especially if you throw twigs and grass over the top.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, Johnny, must be awful to feel people are hunting you all the time.
Sure must be. Think of it. Sleeping in a hole in the ground. Johnny, Hal, wake up, you hombres.
Huh?
Is it morning already? Where's Uncle Edgar?
He's sleeping over there.
In the hole he dug. A hole? Sleeping in a hole?
Yeah, right. Wait a minute. He's gone. Johnny, something's happened to Uncle Edgar.
I'll bet he... Fine guard you are. Me riding all night long trying to...
Chief, well, we must have slept right through.
Wait a minute. Somebody's coming.
Wellen! Oh, Wellen, is that you?
Howdy, Sheriff.
Howdy. Yeah, I've got more trouble on my hands. Eggs are being stolen from the ranches hereabouts.
Why, we told you that yesterday, Sheriff.
Yeah, first I heard about it was this morning. Half a dozen Easter eggs was left in front of my door. I investigated, found the same thing had happened all over town.
Howdy, folks.
Well, what?
Why, there's Uncle Edgar.
Yeah, up kind of early.
Now, wait a minute. There's the loco. There's the loco I was looking for yesterday.
Well, hold on now, Sheriff.
Keep your hands off
He's
him.
been on the loose
Take
for...
it easy, Sheriff.
You promised to protect me, boy. Now, you said that
We'll
you...
protect you. Sheriff or no sheriff, if you lay a hand on my Uncle Edgar, you'll answer to me.
And me, too. There's been a little misunderstanding here, Sheriff.
Yeah, but this fellow's description tallies exactly...
Oh, I know
with-
all about that. He's the man you want. But he was railroaded into the lunatic asylum.
Oh, that's not possible. Not in this day and age.
Well, it sure happened. Gold was discovered on Uncle Edgar's ranch, and his in-laws framed him.
Are you speaking the truth, boy?
Well, figure it out for yourself, Sheriff. If some doctor could be bribed to declare a fellow insane, and a judge were to sign the commitment papers, what chance would a man have? Once he's inside, he can't communicate with authorities. They can't communicate with him unless they fight to do it.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Locked up like that almost 20 years, weren't you, Uncle Edgar?
And all because gold was found on your ranch.
Well, 'twarn't all on account of the gold.
Something else, too, Uncle Edgar?
Most folks don't want to believe in me. They swear up and down there ain't no such thing as an Easter rabbit.
What?
Easter rabbit?
So they locked me up. Then, of course, I couldn't do my work.
Easter rabbit.
Them died, eh?
Now, get away from me now. Get away. This is Sunday, and I'm not finished my work.
No shooting, boys. Use the rope.
Oh, I got more eggs to
So
deliver.
you can wiggle your ears, can you?
And stomp on the ground with your hind feet for signal.
You sleep in a burrow.
Where's the pig in the spring?
Pull twigs and grass over the top so you can't be seen.
I tell you, you can't do this to the Easter rabbit. It's wrong. I ain't took my eggs to all the houses yet. You can't do this to the Easter rabbit.
We sure won't ever be able to ride through this county again.
That sheriff wanted to lock us up for hiding and protecting a man who'd escaped from an insane asylum. You can be thankful for one thing, though, Al.
Me?
Sure, that we sent a telegram and found out your Uncle Edgar is still living on his own ranch. And that this fellow's just a hombre who used to work for your uncle.
Well, yeah, I'm thankful about that. Sure would be awful to have an Easter bunny in the family.
Well, you know, after an adventure like that, the boys aren't going to believe all they hear and very little of what they see. But there's something the boys always believe in, and that's Weber's bread. Like thousands and thousands of Southern California housewives, they know Weber's is always satisfying because the flavors are natural, just the baked-right goodness of fine ingredients. Seems like you don't have to tell the kids to eat the crust when you serve Weber's bread. Every bite is tender and flavor-rich. Remember, Weber's bread isn't just a filler-inner, it's a basic energy food, good to the last crumb. So be sure to buy Weber's, the bread in the blue and white gingham wrapper.
Now it's time for that kind of Western music which deserves to be heard over and over again, carrying on as it does the real spirit and the real traditions of the West. Today we've chosen one which does all that and more. The Riders of the Purple Sage sing Tumbling Tumbleweed.
See them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Only but three I'll be found, drifting along with the tumble and tumbleweed. Cares of the past are behind, nowhere to go but I'll find, just where the trail will wind, drifting along with the tumble and tumbleweed. I know a song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with a tumble and tumbleweed. Tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found, drifting along with a tumble and tumbleweed. I know when night is gone that a new world's born at dawn. I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed.
Well, that's about it for now, friends. We hope you'll be with us when we come drifting along next week. Before we go, we'd like to thank Horace Murphy, Tom Holland, and Joe Duvall for their good work in helping us tell our stories. This is Foy Willing speaking for Al Sloey, Johnny Paul, Scotty Harrell, the Riders of the Purple Sage, saying so long and good luck to all of you.
Drifting along, singing a song under a western moon.
From Hollywood, you have heard your All-Star Western Theater, a V.M. Bear production, starring America's great Western singers, Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage. The script was by Ray Wilson and direction by Tom Hargis. This is Bob Green speaking.
The All-Star Western Theater came to you by transcription and returns next week at this same time over this same Columbia station. This program came to you from Columbia Square.
This is KNX in Los Angeles, bringing you the Vaughn Monroe Show.